How you guys doing? My name is Kevion. Today we're welcome back to another podcast episode. But this episode is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be called The Power of Mindset Recreation. The reason why I have it titled that is because I'm going to be sharing you guys a little bit something about myself. It's my philosophy, you know, other than my belief, in Jesus Christ and Him being my Lord and Savior. I also have a philosophy of what I go by, throughout my daily living. I call it recreation, and I'm going to get into that for a second. Just reminding you guys, my clothing brand Empire Streetwear Store is going to be dropping next month on the 30th or the 15th. So be sure to still check in, constantly check into the store. Other than that, let's go and get into it. So when you do anything or just go about your regular day, you're going to have thoughts. And every action begins with a thought. And that thought entices emotions, and those emotions entices actions. And those actions veer between good consequences and bad consequences because your actions always have consequences and they impact your life for good or for bad. Now that's a basic concept of understanding, but that's not the entirety of what I'm talking about. When you go out through life, you have certain things that you create subconsciously or just consciously. You consciously drink, you consciously eat, but you're subconsciously thinking, not thinking how this affects your body. You go out through life thinking that some things don't matter when actually, in actuality, they do, and vice versa. My point is, I'm saying that every day you go through life not understanding what type of things take place. Now, back to my understanding of what thought counts. You have to be aware of what you think because those thoughts can spread into other things. Those thoughts can spread into you doing something for a long period of time, which does not benefit you at all, or working at a job that doesn't benefit you at all. But subconsciously, you grew up in an environment where your only belief was you couldn't make money or any type of income doing anything else. You could have grown up in an environment where having a job was seen as the only income source versus you being at a certain age you are now, whether it be 13 or 18 or 25 or 36. And now you're just realizing that money or other commodities could be made doing other things. There's a lot of things that go into environment, the people you surround yourself with, and other things such as that nature. But recreation, my philosophy, is identifying those things and recreating it into something that benefits you, something that can either change you for the better or for the worse. Because let's be honest, life isn't this. It, really, to me, it's a game, and I mean that in the most sincere way possible. And I'm going to explain it. Now, when I say that, it's not something that just now. Life to me is not something that I take lightly. You know, life can be amazing. It can be gracious. It can be powerful, and then it also can be just downright terrible. It's just how you look at things. You know, you really got to understand, why do you wake up in the morning instead of subconsciously getting up and doing the same thing over and over again, ultimately leading you to a point of your life where you're unsatisfied with, or you're forced to put up with, and if you're forced to just accept it because you have went through that you have went through so far, just accepting it, you have made yourself believe that it's okay. You have to wake up every morning with certain objectives and certain things to do to keep yourself propelling in an upward spiral instead of going downward. Now, back to what I mean about me thinking this as a game. I think of it as a tool, something that I can use for my, advantage, supporting family, supporting people who count on me, supporting people who I inspire. Because let's be honest, if you woke up every morning and understood the potential dormanting inside your family, your friends, you wake up and you realize, everyone has the same potential. Whoever's watching has the same. No matter how old you are, there's no limit to how much potential someone has. There's no limit unto someone that can do something greater with their life or impacting some other people to do the same. It's all of the fact of the matter is, are you ready to accept that fact and go with relentlessly to get it? Because there's a lot of people that doesn't understand this concept, and And the ones that do and have accepted the fact that they have possibly wasted their lives caring what others think, prioritizing liabilities instead of assets. And when you go into liabilities and assets, there's much more than in what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say assets, and there's more than just stocks, real estate, investments. I'm talking in the assets of your daily activities, daily people, your daily environment. Those are the assets, and the liabilities are the things that are not putting into your pocket more than money. Your health, your mental health, your physical health, your the things that make you smile and that make you actually want to be active in this current world we live in, which, let's be honest, is not the most favorable. Those are the things that it mostly matters, because you go through our life nowadays and it's just talking about how to get rich quick, or man versus woman, or masculinity versus femininity. You wake up sometimes, some of you, and let's be honest, I'm guilty of this sometimes, I'm doing myself, waking up and just instantly going on the phone. I quit that, but you got to realize how detrimental that is. Constantly seeking instant gratification. Instant gratification is going to kill you. Versus delayed gratification, you put in sort of things that you want right now. You delay it, and you can reap the benefits later. Now, with recreation, you can, which is my philosophy, recreation, you can disdain some of those things. You can get rid of it and replace it with something else. Therefore, creating a new consequence, which will push you into an upward spiral. That is some of the things that I've been practicing, and I've seen results. And I encourage the ones who are listening to practice said recreation. Thank you for listening, tuning in. If you have any comments, concerns, go ahead and drop a like below. Thank you.